like that
black after
toaster.
NVIDIA
Nah,
update.
nah, I
Well,
don't
I'm
know.
not the only one.
Hi.
Oh, that's so
Oh, my foot
frustrating.
popped.
How are you
Oh
doing?
wait, my environmental's down. Who are these now?
Hello. Hi,
Yay!
Narelle. Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
Karen.
Hey, welcome everyone to another news and updates. Every Saturday for almost 4 years, we've been bringing you the news from in and around the AltSpace VR community, world building news and tips, event news, Discord tips, and information you need to know about the hardware, software, apps, and industry that support our corner of the metaverse. And Laurel, I'd just like to say that today, as I was looking over the script and preparing for news and updates, that I just feel really privileged to be a part of this team. And
Aw.
it's well, and I want to thank Mark for putting it together and you for executing it, because it really does give us an opportunity to keep up with everything that's going on in VR. And it's, if you don't read about it every day, and we're all busy, right? Then you miss a lot of stuff. And it's so nice to be able to come here and get an update on what's going on with all of this, anything related to VR. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you. It's a team effort. Thank you for all that you do to help make it work and to all of the rest of our team. And speaking of team, Karen, we have a special member of our team that is back. Everyone say hello.
Yay!
Hearts for Ancient, I won't say.
Yay,
Yay! He's
ancient!
back and recovering slowly, but recovering. Yay, our
Yes,
friend.
yay!
Until just a few months, hardly ever missed a show moderating here for almost 4 years. So thank you. Thank you for all you do and continue to do. You still have the superpowers. So if you see anyone misbehaving out there, my friend, nuke them. All right. Welcome back. Now, we are not AltSpace VR employees. We are community members and we are volunteers, and we work hard each week to bring you the news from in and around the Altspace VR community, as Karen so beautifully said.
And thank you, Mark. And thank you as well to all of our volunteers who help keep this show running every week. And thank you guys for being here every week. We have the news you need to know coming right up. So let's get this party started.
We just want to remind everyone that the news and updates is live every week here in Altspace VR, and we live stream to YouTube and Twitch during the show. And on occasion, we film the audience during our discussion time. So be prepared for it. All right, Karen, are we ready?
Yes, we are. Okay, so where are we, Lorel? I'm lost here.
Let's get this party started.
All right.
So it's time to talk about the war in Ukraine. It continues on. The war crimes inspectors are pouring over the country to document the atrocities and the reports that are coming out, and they keep getting worse after a small glimmer of hope. Now, I want to just inject something here. I was talking to Dave, and I know this from history. The stereoscopic, the 3D over 100 and some 160 years ago, one of the first things that they photographed was the Gettysburg battle in 3D of bodies laying on the ground and stuff. And I don't know if they're using VR technology, 3D photography or any kind of photogrammetry or anything to document this, but it's just, we'll find out later. But what a terrible and tough task to be, and very dangerous to go out there and document these atrocities. Kudos for those who do it. Not a job I'd want.
No, not me either, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, Andriy Kalivenyuk, the frontman of the Ukrainian rock band Boombox, was touring the U.S. when war broke out in his home country. He returned and took up arms to fight back against the Russian invasion.
Now, Boombox performed live with David Gilmour, Pink Floyd's guitarist and singer, in 2015 for a fundraiser. And the band was so outraged by all of this. To support the Ukraine war, Gilmour pulled together the infamous band Pink Floyd for a reunion song. New song together as a band in 28 years.
Using the video of Andriy in the background, the band performed the music of Oh, the Red Viburnum, a 1914 war protest song, to accompany the singer's a cappella version in front of the famous Saint Sophia Cathedral in Kiev. The song has over 4 million views in just a few days. All proceeds are to benefit Ukrainian humanitarian relief. Wow. And I suggest you go look at the YouTube video. I looked at it this morning, and Lorel, it impacted
amazing.
me more than any of the news footage I saw, because of course it's Pink Floyd and then the music in the background, but it's very impactful.
Very powerful. Very, very powerful. It was amazing. So again, our hearts go out to everyone impacted by this horrible war, including those in our own community here, Russian and Ukrainian, who are still able to connect when they can, which is amazing because the Russians unfortunately been so cut off from so many other things. And what they report to us is heartbreaking. So please join us in sending up hearts to all of them. Now, on to some Altspace news. And this is among more heartbreaking stuff. So anyway, in November 2015, Samsung released their Galaxy S6 phone with a Samsung Gear VR headset. It was fantastic. You clipped your phone into the headset and it opened up a whole new world. Wow. Some of us long timers started out in Altspace VR on the Samsung Gear. The Samsung S9 phone was the last one to support the Gear VR headset, which was heartbreaking.
This week, Samsung announced that the Samsung Galaxy S9 would no longer receive updates and has reached its end of life. It is also one of the last phone-based VR headsets of any quality. Technology marches on, but let us pause for a moment to pay our respects to one of the most versatile and history-changing headsets ever made.
Yay. Thanks, everyone. It was memories. All right. A music group in Altspace VR known as Nina Soul and Sax have released a song and official video on YouTube called Welcome to the Universe. They work with the director and digital animator Stilbert Ops in we love it when people share their talents here in Altspace VR. We've had many songs, videos, and films created here in Altspace, and this is a great addition to the collection.
As a reminder, the Microsoft Build Conference is May 24th through 26th, and they'll bring together developers from around the world to explore the latest in innovation and tools from Microsoft and beyond. We're waiting to see if any events will be in Altspace VR. Discussions on the metaverse and Microsoft's role within it, especially when it comes to security, will be a hot topic, as will news of Microsoft expanding into the Android market.
Now, Altspace VR was featured in the news again this week with an article by Robert Rodriguez on CNET discussing how the metaverse is trying to figure out your comfort zone. Working as a VR coach and with actors from Jeff Worth's Interactive Play Lab and some of the educators in VR theater team, he learned how to move their head and create a sense of presence, exploring the potential for feeling like you're really here. For most of us, this is natural, right? We feel like we're here. Like, where else would we be? But for most of us, I mean, for others that are brand new and figuring it out for the first time, it's really fascinating.
The article explains that if we're going to dive deeper into space, better and to better understand the norms of these virtual spaces. How do we feel in social VR as part of a larger tribe? How do we express ourselves in these avatars? The reporter says that the more he learned to feel like he was really there in Altspace VR, the more he felt he needed to treat it with respect because there is something special here. I think we can all agree with that.
Absolutely. Now, we've shared the article in our Altspace VR news channel in our Discord, where we share the news about Altspace VR and the things that matter, not just here at the show every Saturday.
Continuing with this theme, the Educators in VR cyberbullying discussion this week tackled whether the etiquette and values are or should be different in the metaverse. An article published yesterday in The Sun asked if you can murder someone in the virtual world and be punished. Well, I hope not, because I've already killed a bunch of people and many of them are in this room right now.
Well, it's a sensational topic, which is what The Sun is all about.
Oh,
But
Lorella, reading some of these articles, it's like, wow, it's like they're not real. I mean, it's like we're real in here, and then you read how they write about the metaverse, and it's like, where are these people from?
I wonder. But this topic really that got us exploring this concept even further, because murder in the metaverse isn't a 25 years to life prison sentence, but it could be a crime. Same for harassment, assault, rape, and so on. What are the consequences for doing this in the metaverse, and should there be some?
So let's clear up what the article covered. For us, our avatars are us. We embody them, and we are the individuals being hurt by others in Altspace VR and the metaverse. There's laws in place to protect us, although they need improvement for sure. Gamers kill non-player character avatars all the time. The article suggested these avatars could attain personhood. We already have personhood, I thought. Well, anyway, they could attain personhood. And much like a corporation now has in the United States, thus be subjected to criminal punishment when injured or killed. Okay, I think let me
Okay.
Lorel.
So
Okay,
I'm
there you go.
struggling. Sorry. I'm having all kinds of fun internet problems. Um, uh, where are
You're
we?
according to the three
F
lawyers. Yeah, K.
K. Okay,
Uh-huh.
sorry. This internet thing is, thank you, Mark. According to the three lawyers, the law is written to protect real living people, not non player avatars or software code. Now that makes sense.
Hmm.
For embodied avatars, there are legal and platform consequences, like platform banning, accounts restricted or deactivated. Y'all know about those. But if the offender's action move into social media for harassment, impersonation, stalking, that comes under cybercrimes for sure.
The cyberbullying team events, we'll discuss this more in a couple weeks, and we'd love for you to be a part of that discussion. Ask yourself, should there be laws that punish individuals who break real world laws in the metaverse? And what should those punishments look like? Worth a discussion in this ever-changing metaverse, don't you think?
Absolutely. Wow, getting serious philosophical here. Now, as we mentioned last week, we usually don't announce major software or hardware security attacks that are unrelated to VR, but there is yet another zero-day hack on Google Chrome, important enough for us to mention it as it applies to your computers, your laptops, your mobile phones, and those that are using WebXR and OpenXR development with a Chrome browser.
This is the third in 10 days. This impacts all Windows, Mac, and Linux versions of Chrome. Please update all versions of Chrome across all your devices immediately, please.
Yeah, my hubby's IT department sent an email out, and he said, "Well, we got an email today. I have to update." And I said, "You should have gotten 3 in the last 10 days." And he went, "Really?" So he went back and bashed them. So, but it's really bad. Anyway, it's time to move on to VR hardware and all the information on what's going on with the stuff we put on our face. Okay, that just sounded better in my head. It's time to talk this tech and hardware. Now, Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference, known as WWDC, is scheduled for June 6th through 10th. It will be, again this year, online only. Rumors are flying all over that their new VR headset will be announced, or at least something, along with their new operating system called Home OS. The headset, if released, kind of doubt it will be priced possibly as high as 2,000 US dollars and will be a mix of VR and AR. We'll be here to bring you the news as soon as we know anything.
Facebook is famous for their F8 developer conference, where, like the WWDC, it makes major announcements that often rock our world. This week, Facebook Meta announced that they're pausing the event in 2022. Normally held in May, it's normally held in May, but they say that the biggest news they announced recently was at the October 2021 Facebook Connect when they announced their rebrand to Meta. So why bother with another big conference so soon?
The second annual Meta Guest Gaming Showcase is April 20th, and that will probably have some new updates and game announcements. They'll be featured on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Horizon venues, and someone in Altspace VR often streams it in an event. So keep an eye out on the calendar. And we'll be here the following Saturday to report on any big announcements.
We think there's clearly more going on as shareholders are not all that pleased with the rebranding, as well as the drop in share prices and the continuing drop in Facebook users. Although Quest 2 purchases continue to skyrocket and money is pouring in to support the metaverse concept.
Now, some exciting news. Have you heard about the VR Air Bridge? Oh, can't say it. This is a new wireless VR dongle for the Quest 2, designed to provide a direct wireless connection for the Quest 2 for better quality and AirLink wireless PC VR gameplay. That's a lot of words.
That is a lot of words. That's a mouthful.
Mhm.
Based on D-Link USB Wi-Fi 6 adapter technology, its job is to connect to a desktop PC It doesn't have a dedicated Wi-Fi card inside. So your Oculus Quest 2 headset will connect with your computer through a dedicated Wi-Fi 6 network.
Now, it's still in testing and development. This could be a great game changer for those struggling with Wi Fi connections to their computers. Right now, the virtual desktop allows a connection to stream to the desktop and to connect to your desktop, but this could be a really exciting innovation to connect the two. Now, let's move on to more news from the metaverse and the news you need to know as it impacts all of us.
Steam released their 2022 survey about gamers and their hardware habits. And this month, there is a surge in Windows mixed reality headsets. And they announced that these powerful headsets are still relevant and increase their share a tiny bit. They continue to represent about 5% of the VR headset market share.
Now, Oculus Quest 2 or Meta 2 is still the highest at 47.35% of Steam users. In the Windows Mixed Reality headset list, we don't have much in the way of details about the specific headsets, but these tend to include the Samsung Odyssey, which still works, the HP Reverb G2, which is awesome, the HTC Vive Cosmos Elite, the HTC Vive Pro 2. We are eager to see what this year brings with the new headsets coming out, like the consumer version of Pico.
Okay, on to some world building. Blender 3.2 gets light groups. Lance, you might be interested in this. It's not out for everyone yet, but it has been spotted.
And everyone else building.
Yes. Well, it's because he has like 13 years of experience with Blender. He's a master in Blender. But anyway, it's been spotted in Blender's 3.2 alpha release. Light groups are a powerful system that allows generation of user-determined lighting passes for scenes, environment, and material lights. And it allows for greater flexibility during the compositing stage. We can't wait to see what builders will do with this in AltSpace.
Yeah, exciting to see. Now, any of the builders out there using Autodesk's Maya Create VR? Anyone? Give us some hearts if you are. Wow. Well, check out. It is free and allows artists and designers to create in 3D with freeform sketching and NURB curves and sub-D surface tools. You can add layers to organize your objects and import and export FBX files, images, and more. Then bring them into Blender or elsewhere or straight into Unity.
They've just released an update with more precise editing of objects or components, a layer palette on the controller quick menu, the ability to assign objects to different layers, a steady curve tool for creating smooth sketch curves, and so much more. HTC Vive Cosmos and Cosmos Elite headsets are now supported, along with Rift and Vive Pro, and it runs on Windows.
Hey, Epic Games announced this past week Reality Scan. It's to help make 3D scanning simple and accessible to everyone. With your phone, you may create photogrammetry instantly, as they claim, converting detailed digital models of real-world objects to bring into digital projects and the metaverse. It links directly to Sketchfab to share or to sell the object as well, which brings up a whole lot of interesting things for me for licensing. It is currently in beta development, and the beta list closed really fast. So you likely cannot get access to it yet, but they expect a public release later this spring on iOS and Android.
The New York Stereoscopic Society is working on a new museum and gallery to demonstrate the techniques of breaking the VR walls of perspective, literally. Stay tuned for more news and check out their weekly events on Saturdays.
The next Educators in VR MRE meetup with Dargon is Wednesday, April 13th. Gosh, we just love how many people are so eager to learn about the power of MREs to add features and functionality to their events and their worlds. The creativity is amazing. Come learn how you can use simple coding tools to enhance your own world and creativity here in AltSpace VR.
The World Building and Tour Group is hosting a discussion about world building in AltSpace VR in the metaverse. taking your questions, providing answers, and exploring the potential for monetizing your world building skills. The team is looking for more world builders to showcase. So if you're a world builder, especially if you're building educational worlds, let us know. Check in with Karen 666, Lance, Stands with Trees, and others on the world building team with educators in VR. Okay, it's time now for our Discord tip of the week. Discord is our back channel communications tool used by AltSpace VR and events and groups all across the AltSpace VR community.
Now it's official. The PlayStation Network feature we've been telling you about for over a month is now active and live. So if you are playing VR and other PlayStation games, your friends will see what game you're playing and you may connect with them better through Discord. Oh, want that for AltSpace VR, don't we?
Yes, absolutely. So we've been digging around the bottom of the barrel for some fun Discord tips, and we thought we'd explore a few more of the keyboard shortcuts that make our life easier with Discord, at least on the computer.
You want to send an emoji in a post? Hit Control plus E. Want to upload a file? Try Control Shift U. To switch servers between Discord servers, use Control Alt up arrow or down arrow. To navigate between channels, Alt up or down.
Trying to find a server, channel, or DM? Control K. You all know how to search in a web page or document, right? Control F. Well, you can do the same in Discord and your cursor will jump right to the search bar. Isn't that sweet? We could go on and on, but if you want to see all of the Discord keyboard shortcuts, use Control / for a list right there in a post.
You don't have to remember them. We don't have to share them. We don't even have to write them down. Just hit that Control /. Now, if you have a Discord tip that you would like to share with us, please let us know and share it with us on our News and Updates Discord.
All right, on to some AltSpace events coming up this week. So as you know, events in AltSpace VR bring together people with common interests. And of course, we don't have time to feature the more than 250 events every week here, but we do our best to bring you some of the highlights for the upcoming week and beyond.
Now, as a reminder, if you encounter an event that doesn't match the description or the expectations, or you feel it violates the AltSpace VR community guidelines and terms of service, while the event is active, you may report it in World by going to the event and clicking on Info and then Report.
You can also report positive feedback and rate events as well when they are live, helping the event host and AltSpace VR know when events are successful. You know, all too often, we comment on the negative and we forget the positive. And there's so much positivity and wonderful things that are available to us here in AltSpace that we need to
Amen.
send feedback to the developers every now and then.
Amen. Absolutely. Now, earlier today, the Educators in VR theater team hosted an introduction to movement and voice for performers and actors here in AltSpace VR, and it was amazing. We are so excited about what this new group is bringing from the theater around the metaverse for us here in AltSpace VR and helping us learn not only how to improve your event presentations, performances, but push the boundaries of world building and creative arts, and expect this to be back again next month.
Sunday is Story Time with Stevie, and you don't want to miss this. The co-founder of Improv VR and star of special shows here in AltSpace VR, Stevie is a voice actor, and he brings his talents to us here in AltSpace to read stories. It's like a live audiobook, so check it out tomorrow. He will also be streaming to the Improv VR Discord server, so you have no excuses.
I can't wait. I love it. The Creative Writing Meetup hosts their monthly reading event, inviting writers, authors, poets, and others to come share their original writing by reading it aloud. Bring one or more original pieces that are no longer than around 4 minutes to share and connect with other writers in AltSpace VR.
On Tuesday, the The popular moderation training event is set to introduce new people to event support and moderation in AltSpace and other VR platforms. And it's a great opportunity for current moderators to improve their skills. For those of us who are experienced at moderating, we've learned a new level of compassion and generosity, as well as patience, a good skill in social VR. And moderation is one of the best gifts you can give back to your favorite events.
Hmm. Wednesday, Althena Demos, the co-founder of Big Rock Creative and producer of BRC VR, the official Burning Man experience, will be featured on VR Talks discussing how to build a safe space for humanity in the metaverse.
And on Thursday, the Cultural Heritage Preservation Team from Educators in VR will be presenting a tour and world building discussion with Lida about the ancient Athens Acropolis, the 1-to-1 scale reproduction of the famous historical landmark brought back to life at the height of its life. Climb the impressive steps that are today in ruins and barely visible, and walk into the past at a time when Athens was at its height.
Amazing world. Thursday is another VR Awards Ask Me Anything AMA series featuring the VR Experience of the Year, Atlas and No Ghost. The story is about a young woman who must solve mysteries, including the death of her uncle, as she puts together the puzzle pieces of the past. This interactive award winner VR film experience was developed for the Quest, and this is your opportunity to talk to the developers and designers behind this interactive game.
On Thursday is also the virtual World Society Community Meetup, bringing members together to meet and connect and learn from each other. The Virtual World Society is focused on using XR for good and for inspiring and enabling people to create a positive impact and solve problems with emerging technologies. Check out the meet and greet member event on Thursday.
And Thursday, Simulation Nation will discuss how the metaverse will integrate blockchain technology. It's an interesting time to explore this topic as blockchain interests ebb and flow, but the concept is finally moving into the mainstream.
That sounds really interesting. I plan on going to that.
Mhm.
On Friday, we have 2 social events for educators in VR that will be fascinating. The XR Medical and Healthcare team and the XR Business team are hosting socials to bring together experts and interested individuals to explore both of these XR industry verticals separately. The XR Medical and Healthcare is up first, followed by a few hours later by the XR Business team. You never know where the discussions will take you and who you will meet, so check them out.
Now, Caroline, sorry, Echt, I think Echt,
Oh,
Echt,
yeah,
I'm sorry,
Act, I think.
is it
You
Echt?
yeah, you lost connection for a second there, but you're good
Sorry.
now.
Okay. So Carolina Echt is having a album release party for her newest album, Thetis 2086, right here in Altspace VR, and it's going to be amazing. The 90-minute event will pass through 12 worlds representing 12 of her songs. After a quick presentation about the story behind the album, enjoy the self-guided tour through outer space and beyond. It is expected the album to be the album release party of the year. Seriously, you do not want to miss this. Now, the world builder, Dr. Jose Ferrer, is here today. I don't know if he's going to stick around after the show, but I hope so. And he'll be here after the show to answer any questions you have about the event. So everybody, see, there's the Jose over in the corner over there. So check him out. He's in Ukraine support colors like the rest of us. Excellent. So check out this event on Friday. It's going to be amazing.
It is, and you need to Google theremin, Theramin, I believe it's spelled. It's the instrument that she uses, and you don't even touch anything. It's all done through magnetic waves, I think it is. But anyway, there's 2 antennas on the instrument, and if you Google it, it's a fascinating instrument, really amazing instrument. Okay, so these are a very few highlights of the events this week. So many, we can barely keep up with them. Check out the channels to find the events to tickle your fancy and amuse your spirit.
And if you don't see something that interests you, you know what I'm going to say next, start your own event and let us know about it
Yes.
by posting it in the News and Updates Discord. The creativity in event types and styles is stunning here in Alt Space, and we love it when you share your passions and your events with us.
We do our best to bring you the highlights from this ever growing community, and we are so glad you are here to share it with us.
All right, here we go. All right.
Yay.
Now, last week on the show, we mentioned 2 surveys. One reported that young people will soon be spending more time in virtual worlds in just a few years, forgetting that us older people are already here. I'm so tired of being stepped over for them young whippersnappers. We're already here. We already cut the path, man. You're just all followers. You get a smooth course. Anyway, the other survey was that by 2026, dig this, 1/4 of the world, 25% of the world will spend at least 1 hour in VR or mixed reality.
Wow, amazing. That got us thinking. How many hours do you average a day or week or maybe a month in VR? How much time do you spend in VR? What are you doing here? Playing games? Socializing? Working?
All right, the raise hand button in the lower right corner is going to be up in a second here. We'll make sure that's up, and make sure that you press it in the lower right hand corner and tell us about how much time do you average in VR and what are you doing in it? All right, who's up first? Karen?
Okay, Lance is up first. Lance, you're on megaphone.
Right. You know when people say that they're addicted to something? Yes. Saying that for a reason, I'm in, VR a lot. Yes, I come here to hang out with my friends, to world build, to moderate, so many other stuff. But if I had to actually calculate, which makes me really think I really do have an addiction to it, that I'd say, because I could spend up to almost 12 hours in here and still want to continue being in here. But then obviously I had to hop off to go eat, drink, and other stuff. So if I didn't have to eat and drink, well, I'd be living in here. That's what it feels like.
Well, also, Lance, you not only socialize in here, you work. You work very hard with Laurel on
Mhm,
educators in
absolutely.
VR. So
Oh yeah,
that's a huge part of it.
it definitely
Okay.
is, and I love it. So
We love having you here.
Hey.
Okay, Matthew stands with trees. You're up.
Okay, well, unlike Lance, I actually do live in here. uh, so I spend way too much time in here. Well, but having said that, I do need my Laurel fix. I need my Karen fix. I need my Lance fix. So yeah.
I'm a fix,
But
Karen.
you know,
A good one.
just to let everybody know, though, I am here in Alt Space every single day, working with Aurel and others, and I enjoy it immensely.
Well,
we love having you.
yeah, we do. We do. And that's what when you say you need your friend fixes, I think that's what keeps a lot of us here. It's because we want to see our friends. I mean, that's what draws me in. It's yeah, sure, I like the events and I help out and all that, but having close friends here makes all the difference in the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Who else wants to volunteer their hours? You just had 2 big hours. It's not a contest either. I mean, if you're in here, that's fine. You don't have to be here 12 hours. There's no competition here, but this is fascinating. Who else,
It is
Karen?
fascinating. And let's see who's up now. Okay, Marsha. Marsha, I knew you would have
Hey,
something to say.
Marsha.
So you are on air.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can.
Who's super? I used to be in here at least 8 to 12 hours a day, and then due to health reasons, I had to back out. And recuperating from health reasons, I had to back out. But I'm kind of trying to get back into it. But I have to say, I know for a fact that Lance and Matthew are in here so much. When I'm here, I have to literally ask Matthew permission to go pee because I don't want to get kicked. I just thought I'd add that because he's like the father of this room and he manages everything super, super good. But all you guys
Yes,
are
he
wonderful, and
does.
I'm so happy to know all of you. And I want to vouch for Jose's world with the theremin and the music and going to each world. Don't miss it and bring friends. It's absolutely amazing. But today I was on a tour. Today I took several friends that had never seen Nico's solar system world and his art world. I mean, there's so many interesting things besides socializing and seeing other people's art and seeing other people's like Darren's worlds and all this wonderful stuff. You just have to do it and enjoy it. To heck with those teenagers. They'll be adults soon. I don't know what happened. I ended up in the front room.
You hit but you hit the stage blocker, but we still heard you. Oh God,
Oh,
yes.
that's great, Marcia. I love that. Thank you
love
for
it.
sharing. All right, Darren, you are on air. Wait, no, you're not. Hang on. Okay, now you are, Darren.
Well, usually I don't talk a lot, so I would say around, and I can't be quite as descriptive as both those other two people who've talked. I'm usually short and sweet. So I would say about anywhere from 42 to 56 hours a week. Most of the time I'm spending just building worlds. So, and of course, visiting friends and everything. That's why I'm here. So that's my
Cool.
answer. I'll make it short and sweet.
Well, Darren,
love it.
I'd like to add to that you are also always welcoming new people and making them feel
Mhm.
comfortable in Alt Space.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
when I get a chance. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. Now, who's up to sharing how many hours they spend?
Thank you, Darren. Thanks for
Thanks,
sharing that with
Darren.
us. Anybody
Oh,
else?
Marcia wants to go again. Let's see if she
Okay,
pops up on there.
Marcia.
Okay.
Okay, you are on air, Marcia.
Marcia? Oops.
Okay.
Do you got
Okay,
Marcia
try
online?
again. Yeah.
Now can you
she's
hear
on-
me?
Okay,
Yep,
there we go.
yep.
Okay.
Okay. I forgot to add something else very important. You're all talking about education and hobbies and where people meet and they can find anything that interests them in VR. Obviously, every Saturday I go to a 3D meeting and it's people that like 3D and VR, 3D and
Stereoscopic.
VR,
Mhm.
stereoscopic, and it's absolutely amazing. And I recommend
is.
every Saturday checking out the 3D event.
It's the New York Stereoscopic Society. We mentioned it earlier in the show.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Marcia.
And
Next
I
up
don't I
is
still I just love the fact still that we are in these high-tech new headsets. We think all of this is new, but the Stereoscopic Society was like 160 years old. They've been doing 3D. I love that. I just love
that's
it. All right.
that's awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
our friend Dawn is up. Dawn, I'm not going to call you by your name because you're not grumpy. So, Dawn,
Exactly.
you're on
No,
air.
you're not. We've not witnessed it.
I'll say the dirty word, but I spend roughly 8 to 10 hours a week in Zoom meetings between
Ugh.
hosting and attending for
Oh.
website development and meetings with organizations I belong to. And along with that, between Engage and AltSpace, different events, probably I total out about 45 hours a week between them all.
Wow.
Good on you.
That's great, Dawn. Thank you for sharing that with us. And we have Dave. Dave, you are
Hey,
on
Dave.
air.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't have a real good feel for how many hours a day or so that I spend in here. I'd say maybe at least 5 or 6. And people were mentioning different things that they do or that they enjoy, that they like. What? Wow, that was weird. So, but what I really like is the learning. I'm just learning. I'm absorbing like a sponge. There's so much going on, so much to learn. I was in the Nico solar system today, and wow, and
Hmm.
I want to do it all. I'm just learning like crazy. That's it.
Don't we
That's
all?
it.
Oh,
That's
thank you for sharing
beautiful.
that, Dave. That's so true. Okay, Gary, you are up next.
Hey, Gary.
Good morning, everyone. I say good
Good morning.
morning. It's morning here in Australia,
Hmm.
and I just have to confess to have been completely consumed by the whole alt space thing since I tripped over it, and it certainly changed my life because I was beavering away with the things I've been doing for ages, and I'm really enjoy the whole technology and feel on the cutting edge of that and being on the front line. It's really fantastic. In terms of hours, it's far less spent, actually in the arena at the moment because I'm just learning so much, watching YouTube videos, learning about Blender and learning about Unity, and suddenly having this entire world open that I'm spending probably more time doing that at the moment than I am doing the actual in-house in alt space. So I am not adding up the hours, and as you know,
It's
Laurel,
probably better that way.
I live off the grid, so I've
Yeah.
I've
Don't add
been
'em up.
building this
Yeah.
sustainable property for 15 years, and that takes a lot of work on the side. So I'm having to sort of juggle the time between the things I was doing before and suddenly this entire new world that I'm faced with now, which is the addictive one.
I understand
Oh,
completely what you're
thanks,
saying.
Gary. Thanks,
Thanks,
thanks for
Gary.
sharing that. Okay, is there
So,
anyone else? This is your time to speak up.
well, Karen,
We've
how about
we've
you?
Oh, Laurel, I don't come in here every day. I come in here several times a week, but when I do come in here, I usually end up staying a long time. I'll come to an event or whatever it might be, and then, it's the friends that keep me here. And I
Hmm.
think, oh yeah, okay, Kurt. Kurt just reminded me. You're absolutely right, Kurt. He said mention the time spent in Alt VR Discord. You're right, Kurt. Thank you for reminding me of that, because
Hmm.
yes, the uh, uh, Discord is a continuation of our life here in
Yes, it
Alt
is. That's
Space.
true.
It's really a 24-hour thing. Sometimes I'm here at 12 o'clock at night writing messages. Usually, a lot of us are, and
Yep.
yeah, it's just I don't know. Like I've said many times before, I've met so many wonderful friends that are now really my extended family, and I get in here and I can't leave because it's the friends that keep me here.
It is. It
And Laurel,
is.
what about you?
Oh, y'all don't want to know how long I've been in here. It's hemorrhoid inducing.
I never heard
uh,
it expressed like that.
well, people say, well, why do you spend so much time in 2D? And it's like, are you kidding me? I don't have, there's not enough battery in the world to last. And so some weeks it's 40 to 60, 40 plus hours, 60 hours sometimes. I actually, when we're doing big conferences, I bring an inflatable bed in my office and I sleep in here, and I sleep for like an hour and get up and keep going. I've done many completely 24-hour cycles being totally in VR and in alt space and stuff. Working conferences and stuff. So I've racked up more hours than should be legal, which is really fun when I meet people who they don't know. We don't have a resume. We don't have a CV on our chest, and I just they are all, they want to tell me how it works. It's like, yeah, just tell me something new. I want to hear something new. I'm learning all the time with it. It really is. But you know, I knew from the very beginning. I've been in Second Life and stuff for years, and I knew that I always wanted to connect with use this for education. And now that anyone, I mean, that was what was so exciting about the Gear VR and Daydream and even the Google Cardboard is that anyone in the world with a smartphone could access VR, and it's sad to see that go away. You now got to pay half the price of a cell phone, you know, to get access and all the rest of it. But those were sweet, sweet days. And I'm hoping that there'll be another sweet, sweet days where it will be more openly affordable and accessible to everyone. But anyway, that's my soapbox. But too many hours. That's all I know. My joke is, how many hours you spend in VR, Laurel? 2. Many. That's the answer.
That's a great answer, Laurel. Great
All right.
answer.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing this. And to all of those that are like me who spend way too much time in here, get a good chair. Seriously, good chair. I got a good German engineered bouncy stool. I'm a happy girl, lots of padding on it. And get some exercise in between, please.
Yes.
So that is all. It's about balance, folks. That is all about this week's news and updates. That's all for us to this week. We'll be back next week. Don't worry. Thank you for joining us here every week and celebrating over 4 years of news and updates. We do this for you every Saturday. I give up my Saturday for this. I'm such a martyr to help you be a better informed community.
And when news you need to know happens, we share it in our news and update Discord so you get the news through the clutter of information. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channels so others can keep up with the news in and around AltSpace.
You mentioned, thank you, Kurt, for mentioning Discord, because it is. It's like I
Yes.
can't escape. I've had, you know, I could be in the bathtub and get. So we TMI. We live stream the news onto YouTube, Twitch every single week. You can catch up with past episodes, which are actually really fascinating, and watch us mess up on a regular basis, and more about AltSpace VR events, projects, news, and community activities. This is truly a labor of love, not only for each other on our team, but also for our community. We love our volunteer team members, and welcome back again, Ancient I Won't Say. So glad to have you back, who help us to gather the show as reporters who and moderators and all our entire support team, and they help us put the show together every single week. They save us from ourselves, right, Karen?
Yeah, that's for sure, Laurel. And you know, we do this for you for free. We're not AltSpace VR employees. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community keep up with everything going on here in AltSpace VR.
Sorry, I'm having little internet issues again. If you would like to join the news and updates team, please let us know after the show. We are looking for reporters, photographers, scriptwriters, mods, and more. So come join us. This is your show as much as ours, and we'd love you to be a part of it.
That's thanks to all of our news and updates volunteers and moderators who help make this event such a success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To all of our Russian and Ukrainian friends and communities members, we are with you. Stand tough and stand up. And most of all, in these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Laurel. Bye.